Jason Lee Podcast.
Welcome back to an all-new episode of the Jason Lee Podcast. Whew, feels good to be healthy and back in the game. Listen, 2025 is right around the corner, and so are the holidays. We just had an amazing Thanksgiving holiday. I'm thankful for all things life, because that's the thing that's the most important right now. And also just looking forward to Christmas, which is not too far away, and taking my role as a Stockton City Council member. There's a lot going on. We're planning 2025. The one thing I could say right now at the gate is that you will be getting more content than you ever had before. We always say we want to do 2 podcasts a week, but then I show up and don't want to do 2. So I take the responsibility of that, but we're going to be giving more content at the top of the year. You know, I put on my Instagram this past week that I feel like a failure, not as a way of seeking people to say, no, you're not, because some people do attention-seeking stuff. Those of you in Atlanta, you know who you are. But no, it wasn't that. It was like, I really do feel like with everything I have going on, I still feel like juggling it all, because I do. It's sort of like I have the Superman complex. One day I'm Clark Kent, and the next day in back home in Stockton, I'm, Superman. So I'm trying to like get it all together and have it sorted out. It will be sorted out at the top of the year. And the reason why I have to deliver more content is because somebody said something to me that was so powerful, and it was so destructive at the same time. They said to me, you'd be much more successful if you didn't have an opinion. What? Somebody actually told me that, because they said it's my opinion that gets me in trouble. But then I think about it, the world that we're in right now, right?
It's your opinion that made you anything in life.
I get it. You get it. You get it.
Yeah,
but in the industry, because people's sensitivity around opinions are so fragile and people are so caught up in their feelings, that having an opinion makes more people afraid of me. Well, guess what I'm afraid of? The fact that y'all done elected Donald Trump as president of the United States. And when you say to me that I'm messy, or my job is messy, or the work that we do is messy, y'all elected Master Messy to the White House. So I'm not trying to hear nothing about what nobody has to say. But what I will do is continue to show up and be me, because I really do feel like the power of the platform is giving our opinions on what needs to be said. Now, the thing that I will say that I used to do is I used to get mad at somebody not coming on the show, and I would talk crazy, or I would do whatever, or, sometimes spill the tea. TikTok, do your thing. But now I know, like, really, we have a relationship with everybody, whether they participate or not. So we welcome people to come on the show. We've never had a person come on the show and regret it. I will tell you, this week I've been texting SZA all week. First of all, SZA, you're so beautiful. Skin is gorgeous. You're talented, whatever. She was recently on Kai Cenat's live, and we could see how she really does not like social media and all of that, and she's really not that person. But we've been texting, and I keep trying to tell her, all the texting she's sending me are gems she should be dropping on the show, because people, I think, would really love to hear from her. So hopefully we get you on the show, SZA, because we love you. And I can't say what I was doing, but the other day I told you all before the show that I got invited to go see Jennifer Lopez somewhere. I'm only sharing to tell you that I don't care what y'all say about my fellow Leo sister. Jennifer Lopez, I don't even know how old she is at this point, because she does not age, is beautiful. Now, we see she's beautiful on TV. We see she's beautiful on the red carpet. But to see her in person, and I've seen her a few times now, but to see her, you've seen her at lunch, but to see her in person, she showed up wearing a Chanel moment with the bag, and she's rich, she's beautiful, skin is skinning, and anyway, I can't say what I was doing, but I was somewhere with her, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. Because you can't say everything.
Yeah. No. Leave something.
Say Jason Lee Unlocked. Jason Lee Podcast. Rob is still recovering from bad bit surgery. What does getting lipo feel like?
It doesn't hurt at all, actually. It's just annoying because you have to wear a compression garment constantly. Like for the first 2 months, you're supposed to wear it 24 hours a day.
Is that the faja?
Yeah, the faja.
You don't have it on now, right?
I don't, which is bad. I should have it on, but it just everything is healing right now, so it's like tight. So
are you gonna be like the friend that we both used to have, and we're not gonna say no names?
Yes.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you gonna be that person on social media?
Yeah. I'm gonna start posting pictures in the mirror like that.
Wait, but are you gonna etch a sketch your abs in?
They already did that. They did that in the.
No, they did not.
Yes, they did.
Rob, no, they didn't.
Well, look,
Rob, hold on. You
this
lied.
was a correct.
Hold on. Rob lied and told us all he needed to take time off work to go reverse a medical
It
procedure.
was.
Now you mean to tell me they etched your abs, and so you're literally
Yeah.
gonna have abs?
Yeah.
They were already
Yeah,
in there.
he said,
so
"I'm
they
in there,
just
so I'm
colored
just
them
gonna
in.
do
They
it."
colored in the lines.
So do you see your abs? Well, you're still healing.
Not yet. It takes about
Okay.
6 months before.
But then you're gonna have abs.
Yes.
And then Rob, you're gonna be on my Facebook. I'm saying right now, you're getting blocked.
I'm wearing crop tops.
We are implementing a crop top ban at Hollywood Unlocked. Who's the HR?
Me.
Oh,
I guess I'll write that up.
Okay, what have you been up to?
Nothing.
Right?
Ready? No. Oh, well, this is after Thanksgiving. Yep. No, nothing. Just working on the shows. I'm trying to get season 3 locked and loaded.
You know, I have to say to all the rappers out there, I know you're scared to come on the show because of Diddy. Diddy fucked up the interview game. I'm telling you right now, the reason why you're not getting lots of interviews from a lot of your favorite rappers is because of Diddy. They're afraid that we're going to say, have you been to the Diddy party? Did you drink the Diddy juice? Did you get squirted? Well, baby oil.
Got it.
The truth will set you all free. It may not, the truth may not set Diddy free, but the truth will set you all free. You do realize that it's okay to have truth, trust, and transparency as a part of your lives. We are not the Diddy show. We are not interviewing everybody about Diddy. Everything is not about Diddy. There will be Diddy questions here and there if it applies. But this is the safest platform, I think, to share your Diddy story. Because did he do it? Did he not do it? Did you do it? Did you not do it? Maybe you didn't have nothing to do with it. But either way, this is a Diddy did or Diddy didn't segment over here at the Jason Lee Show. Anyway, I find it interesting when I call some of y'all. Y'all be like, hey, Jason, y'all real friendly. But then y'all get off that phone and then don't respond. But it's cool. We going to get you. Not like Diddy got you, but we going to get you. Okay, let's just get straight to the tea with Jason Lee. All right, my girl's in the news. Wendy Williams. You know, we haven't heard much about Wendy in a while, and it's pretty alarming because, ironically, last night I happened to just roll over in the bed and go to my Instagram and scroll over, and Britney Spears was there, and I found myself just engulfed in Britney Spears videos of her dancing, the dog running, the knives, the spinning around the little bathing suits, and all that. And I remember the whole Free Britney movement, and we freed her. And there are times where we go and look at that Instagram and go, maybe we should put her back wherever she was at because we don't really know what we don't know at the time when Britney was under care. We just knew that we couldn't get to her. Like right now, we know we can't get to Wendy. Well, we haven't heard much about Wendy Williams in a while, but now her guardian shares this heartbreaking reason why. Now, according to documents, court documents obtained by the Sun, Wendy, who was diagnosed with primary progressive aphasia and frontal temporal dementia last year, is now permanently incapacitated. Now, we first learned about her cognitive issues in 2022 when Wells Fargo claimed took a claim that she was no longer going to have access to her account and froze her bank accounts, claiming that she wasn't mentally able to manage her own finances. Then Wendy's health allegedly, I'm going to just say it
allegedly
in her voice, took a nosedive, and things got complicated, leading to a court appointing Sabrina Morrissey as Wendy's guardian, and the legendary host being pulled from family and shipped off to a wellness facility, and none of us have been able to see her. Now, those of you that know my relationship with Wendy, you know that I would go to her home. She would come out here. We'd go on yachts together. We were friends and friendly and talked almost every other day, went on her show regularly, and then all of a sudden, out the blue, she was gone. So it's been a very weird experience for people like me who were close to her because we really don't understand. And then when we talk to the family, because I do have access to them, they then can't talk about anything because of legal reasons. So I don't really know what's going on, but they were saying that during Wendy's treatment, you remember Lifetime had released Where is the Wendy Williams documentary, and this was a documentary that sparked more questions and concerns over her well-being because we were able to see her in her home. Now, I know Wendy, she did not like cameras in her home. She did not like people that intimately involved in her life. We saw her son. We saw Trav, her nephew. We saw Alex, her niece. We saw Black China. We were able to peek a little bit more into Wendy's life. We saw her without her wig, which Wendy don't take her wig off like that for people to see. So it was really interesting watching that the publicist that wanted to drive her to the Oscars, she was going to take Wendy to the Oscars. Wendy don't even care to be in the Oscars like that. Well, Wendy's guardian, Sabrina, filed a restraining order to stop the documentary before it had come out, but that failed. So after it aired, she sued Lifetime, claiming that they humiliated and exploited Wendy. Well, in new court documents against Lifetime, Sabrina now describes Wendy as an acclaimed entertainer who tragically has been afflicted by early onset dementia and, as a result, has become cognitively impaired and permanently incapacitated. As Sabrina accuses Lifetime of taking advantage of Wendy, Lifetime and A&E, along with Entertainment One and Creature Films, claim Sabrina was the one mistreating her. Let me show you this photo. Here she said, the guardianship isolated Wendy from her family, left her largely alone and unattended in her apartment, exacerbated her self-destructive behavior and mental decline, and failed to prevent her use and or abuse of alcohol. Thus, it appears that Morrissey is misusing her position as a guardian of Wendy to silence criticism of her controversial and failed administration of Wendy's guardianship. Wendy's own family members also saw the documentary before it aired in early February 2024. They approved its content and supported its release, and several gave press interviews to promote it. Well, listen, that is true. And listen, I was around when I saw Wendy in her private moments. What I will say is Wendy didn't do drugs, but Wendy did drink a lot. And if there were people there to care for her or that were supposed to care for her, like Sabrina or whoever, they were not there to do it. Because I remember many times that I was over at the house and Wendy would drink a bottle by herself. My question would be, if she was supposed to be under the care of a person, where were her attendants? Where were the people that were supposed to be there? Her son was at school. Her niece and nephew live in another state. They don't live there. She didn't have her husband. She wasn't in a relationship. She had no family there. So everybody knew Wendy was alone in her apartment. And I know that she had friends like me and other people around her when we could be. But if Sabrina and these people of her situation were supposed to be there caring for her, they were not there. Entertainment One also denied Sabrina's claim that Wendy was only paid $82,000 for the documentary. They said she was paid approximately $400,000 for her participation via her company, which doesn't seem like a lot of money when the whole world wants to know where Wendy is. And she did this whole documentary, plus she did the Lifetime movie. And I knew she owed them 3 projects, and she had done something before. I think the TLC project. I don't know. Either way, $400,000 just doesn't seem like a lot of money, does it?
Not at all.
When you look at what's happening to Wendy, what are you thinking?
It feels like someone is taking advantage of a circumstance where they have the opportunity to be in charge of her estate. It doesn't feel safe or fair for her family, the people who care for her. That's who should be in her life, especially when she's in a position where she's like mentally declining. Like she needs to have her family near her, and to keep them away from her seems just awful.
I feel like in a weird way too, not to be disrespectful, but this to me almost seems like worse than just dying and like death, and like if she was just resting peacefully in a way, because like her legacy is still like, people are speaking about her in the past tense. Like it's really sad to see her stripped away because she is an icon. Like she paved the way for everybody. And
the way that they handled it is, it's almost like they just tried to erase her. They took her off of YouTube. They took her show. They took her money. They locked her away. And nobody knows what's happening. Meanwhile, in Creature Films counterclaim, because they're the other company that was involved, the company president, Mark Ford, is saying they denied Sabrina's claims that they raked in anywhere near millions of dollars in profits. And again, we're just here left wondering, where's Wendy? Her son, as you know, remember they said that he was losing his apartment because she was no longer to help support him. I know that she cared about nothing more than her son. So little Kevin being out there struggling with his mother somewhere locked away from him even having access to her, it sounds crazy and almost criminal. And so Sabrina Morrissey, where's Wendy? We all want to know. The public wants to know where she's at. Hold on, TikTok, do your thing. We want to know, where is Wendy? We demand to know where she is. And I feel at this point, is this another Britney Spears, a Free Britney case where maybe don't free her all the way, but at least let us have access to her to know, do you have dementia? Are you okay? Are you happy with where you are? I don't understand how a person can be alive, just alive, and have this level of notoriety and be completely kept away from everybody, including their family. That to me in itself seems unlawful. And I don't know what the courts are doing to get involved. Maybe Donald Trump can get involved and do something. I mean, he's freeing rappers. Maybe he can free Wendy.
Please.
And then I wondered, when I heard that she had dementia, you know, one of the things I wondered was like, will she remember me? You know, because I didn't really get to say bye. I didn't really get to have that conversation with her. The last time we talked was when she had called me to say she got married to a guy. And then the guy that was her manager was a jeweler who then was managing a podcast she was supposed to roll out. Remember they did that whole, I mean, everything has just seemed so crazy. Now, knowing Wendy personally, she is a very complicated person to deal with when it comes to getting her to do things. And she used to forget a lot of things. I don't know if it was dementia. I'm not going to say it was dementia, but her memory wasn't the best. But this all just seems crazy. The crazier part is that the family doesn't even know. The son and the niece, and nobody knows. And then when you call and you say, hey, what's going on? They said, we can't say anything. Somebody might be going to jail. And by the way, don't you wish Wendy was here to talk about the whole Diddy situation? Who would have covered it better than her? Because she'd been covering it from the beginning. Remember when they was trying to kill... Remember when the goons was going in, trying to get Miss Wendy coming out of Hot 97 back in the day when she was talking about the gay rapper? Well, she was talking about Diddy. Well...
Allegedly.
Oh, her voice.
Anyway, bye. Speaking of allegedly, Jussie Smollett, y'all
Allegedly.
that good old Jussie was involved in the biggest scandal heard around Chicago, okay? I'm going to break it all down for you because it's now taken a turn. And the one thing about these tables, you just really never know. And that's why I say we be living in a world where y'all want me to vilify and persecute and do this, this, and that. And I'm telling you, I be looking at it like, nah, some of this stuff is weird. Well, it didn't get any more weird than this. And Jussie's not returning calls anymore right now at this point. And Jussie, I know why you're not returning calls. And we know it's okay. But Jussie, you're in the news for good things now, so we need each other at this point. We need each other in the friendly, brotherly way. As I'm sitting here, my sinus is stuffy. I just think about the cats at Jussie's house I'm allergic to. Yeah. Well, Jussie Smollett's hoax case has officially been dismissed. In 2019, remember Jussie claimed that 2 male Trump supporters beat him up in Chicago for being a black and gay man. I guess he was on his way back from Subway getting a 6-inch, or maybe it was a foot long. Well, anyway, the 2 men were identified as Amiba Bola and Olabinho Ola Osoberduro. I don't know. Y'all know who you are because y'all be DMing me about coming on my podcast. In fact, I'm going to give Jussie one more week to come on the show, and then y'all can come on the podcast to clear this up. Yeah. Well, they later alleged that Jussie paid them to fake the attack. Now, this was back in December 2021 when the Empire actor was convicted of 5 felony counts for disorderly conduct for allegedly staging a hate crime against himself. They say he was walking down the street with his foot-long sandwich from Subway. Well, anyway, he got sentenced to 150 days in jail, but was released only after 6 days behind bars. Remember, he was in court saying, I'm innocent, I didn't do it. He did the whole gay Martin Luther King, Malcolm X thing or whatever, and nobody cared because the city of Chicago was committed to locking him up. Well, now Jussie's conviction has been overturned. You're not clapping? It's been overturned. I'm going to let you get the full round of applause, Jussie. Because Jussie said he was the gay Tupac. Remember that?
He said that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hold on.
Bitch, you tried it.
The Illinois Supreme Court, after defense attorneys argued that his Fifth Amendment double jeopardy rights were violated, Jussie's attorney said he was prosecuted a second time despite Cook County State's Attorney Kim Fox's office agreeing to drop the original charges against him. So through it all, Jussie has maintained his innocence and that he had done anything, and he no longer has to fight these allegations that y'all put on him, at least against the state of Illinois, because the Asundiaro brothers still say he guilty. So get this. The state said he innocent, so it's a case. But the brothers still want him to be found guilty because that then keeps their 15 minutes of fame going. They went over to Fox News and told them that the real injustice In this case, lies in Jussie's sweetheart deal, which included the forfeiture of $10,000 in bail and 15 hours of community service. The brothers also said that Jussie still owes them $500 for the alleged setup, and they want their money right now. Listen.
We were taken aback initially, not because of the Supreme Court's decision, but because Jussie never admitted guilt. We understand that he has due process rights and double jeopardy shouldn't and is not allowed in America. However, Jussie should have admitted guilt, and that's where we stand.
So the real injustice here was the sweetheart deal he was given by Kim Foxx's office at the beginning of all of this.
He said how white MAGA people are out to kill him because he was gay and black. We're in the middle of the George Floyd riots. This was a blowtorch to blow up American society and further that cause and make him more famous. That's the big deal, isn't it?
Yes, it is a big deal. And the problem is, if it was a regular Smo Joe, John Doe, or Ola Osundairo, he would not get that deal. Jussie got that deal because he has influence and power. So it shows that there are two different citizens in America, one with power and one without. And that's why he got that sweetheart deal.
Have you talked to him since, Ola? Did he ever pay you guys?
We have not spoken to him since. Yes, he did pay us at first. He still owes us $500, but I don't think we're ever going to see that.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
It
wasn't about the money. It was not about the money at all. It was more so us helping out a friend.
Do you know anyone that believes Jussie Smollett was telling the truth?
Okay, Osundairo brothers. I'm going to get it right. Sorry, I put some respect on their name. I got the $500 cash app when y'all come on this show to talk about it, because I got to break something down. First of all, the brother with the hat, you look like Shabuzi sitting over there. Y'all both are cute. I could see how Jussie wanted to hang out with y'all. Maybe y'all were walking down the street. You had 6 inches. The other brother had the other 6 inches. Sandwiches, that is. Then all of a sudden it turned into this. But why do you want justice so much against the black man? Look, he beat it. So at this point, never happened.
Bling, bling, bling. Bitches is mad.
What do you think? Guilty, innocent?
They look like two migrants sitting on Fox News, Trump supporting, peddling a conspiracy about a black gay man who they were hanging out with secretly and asking and publicly talking about how he owes them $500 for committing a crime. Where does any of this make sense? Like, y'all look crazy. He owed me. He owes you $500 for staging a beat up, for beating him up in front of Subway. Make it make sense. I'm confused.
I think all three of them need to get locked or something. I was in Chicago, born and raised, Cook County, and they call it Crook County for a reason, because it's just very crooked. And this is just given. I know he's gone, but I feel like from the trial, but I feel like everyone knows his credibility and his career is never going to be the same. And to me, that is the real like repercussion of all this.
But Jussie, to his point, his credit, he has been back working again. I mean, Jussie had been accepted by white folk. I will never forget the day me and Rob were sitting somewhere watching him co-host the Kelly and Ripa show. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, he really made it. He just jumped right over Wendy Williams, went right over there to Live with Kelly. And sometimes when you get that level of fame where you're accepted by mainstream or white, you get complacent that you still. And when you do things like go to Subway with two Africans and then in the middle of walking between there and the hotel, get doused in bleach, roped with a noose, and then set on fire, whatever craziness happened, it's just so unbelievable. And all this time I was wondering, did Lee Daniels have something to do with this? Or was this like a script that leaked and then, you know what I mean? Like they try to act it out in real life?
Oh my God.
I don't know. What I know is Jussie's case is dismissed. You can call it a technicality. You could call it he went through his due process rights. He got it dropped. The man is innocent. Now the brothers, I want to know, what is your thing? Like, were you guys gay for pay and then maybe y'all didn't get the back end or something? Because I could see a threesome here. I see it. And I know Jussie. I don't know him like that because the cats figured that out. Anyway, Do you think Jussie could ever recover?
Yes, I do.
Why? Okay, first why, and then second why not? Why?
I mean, I think if he finds a path to a successful career, he can write, he can produce, he can do things, and then put himself back in front of the camera. I think he can find a path to success. This doesn't have to be the end of a chapter. It's the end of a chapter. It doesn't have to be the end of his career.
I don't think it's the end of his career because, I mean, Will Smith, after his slap, he's still booked and busy. But
So hold on, Will Smith.
I'm just saying a scandal's a scandal.
Will Smith, Jussie Smollett. Tomato.
A scandal is a scandal.
Wait.
They thought that was going to
Excuse
cancel
me,
him.
7 pounds.
You know what? Okay, I'm not comparing their careers.
Independence Day.
No, I'm not comparing their careers.
Hold on. Give me another one. Not conceptual. Give me some more.
Pursuit of Happiness.
Pursuit of Happiness.
Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince. Bad Boys. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Mike Lowry.
Men in Black. And Jussie Smollett. I ain't trying to shade you.
I'm not
just saying.
comparing.
No,
I just
compare
mean-
tomatoes to
no. Okay.
tomatoes. Don't compare no
Not the
tomatoes to
career.
avocado.
I'm comparing the like everyone's like, oh my God, it's the end of Will Smith. He
was
slapped Chris
Jussie
Rock on
Smollett
prime
was
time.
walking under a bridge in Chicago with 2 Africans in a 6-inch sub. Will Smith walked on stage of the Oscars in front of the world and slapped another superstar.
Yeah, they're both scandals.
They're
Jussie
apples
Smollett
and
lied
oranges.
down.
Okay, the police ain't the FBI. Stop
You
making
know,
everything
but
the same.
they're kind of similar in a way.
Bling, bling, bling.
Oh wait, no, wrong one. Sorry.
Bitch, you tried it.
Okay,
And it-
listen. Okay, Jussie. Here's why I think he could come back. Y'all all said that Jonathan Majors was canceled. Y'all all took that man's career. This man, I can't even tell you the last time that I was amazed at an actor that looked like us on the screen. I can tell you the one before that, Mahershala Ali in Twilight. Was it Twilight? No, Moonlight.
Yeah.
I remember watching Moonlight, captivated, like, oh my, like emotional, fell in love with Mahershala Ali as like the next Denzel. And then here comes Jonathan Majors, who blew me away in that movie, The Harder They Fall. Watched it multiple times because his acting was just so superb. And then having now got to know him, of course, he's a real, he studies acting. He's an actor. Y'all took his career from him because he got in that SUV with that girl. And all y'all, then when we said we were going to honor him, they tried to cancel us. Oh my God, Hollywood unlocked. But we knew how to stand firm in redemption, and every story ain't what it is on the news. Because the media, we know how, well, we're the media too. We know how we control things, right? They just dropped his charges. Now watch, his career, we're going to see a Robert Downey Jr. moment. Where Robert Downey Jr. was accused of a whole bunch of stuff, was on heroin, in jail, in and out of jail, whatever, and then he became a superstar. Now he Iron Man. Watch what they do with Jonathan Majors. That's why y'all got to be y'all got to slow down from trying to cancel and take everything. Jussie has a lot of flaws. One of Jussie's flaws, I will tell you, is somebody that knows him. And Jussie, please, I know you're going to text me and you're going to say something, but it's the truth. You let them white folks make you forget who you were. And you had that meteoric rise with Empire where your feet got a little too far off the ground. That's the difference between where I think those of us who are in a slow build understand that you can. I think Kanye West's mom said it. I can't remember exactly how she said it in that documentary with him, where you can be in the sky but on the ground at the same time. You can reach the level of success, but you got to stay deeply rooted in who you are with your people. Because when you go through stuff, and we all gonna go through it, you want to make sure people are there for you. And Tupac did that. Well, his career didn't die; he did. Hopefully, this is an opportunity for you to turn the page and continue to go on and have a thriving career. I know you just recently were in something. I want to see Jussie win because I know how bad he wanted it. And I think sometimes you go through things and learn when you come on the other side of them how to be better. The Bible said, when you know better, do better. So we'll see. Bye. All right, listen, this next topic, when I tell you, I giggled. I know you're going to tell me I shouldn't giggle because it's so wrong, but I'm gay, so I get the right to decide however I want to react. Singer Khalid comes out as gay. Well, he didn't really come out. He kind of got outed. And I know that people are not going to want to accept my opinion on the matter because they're going to say I should have a heart. I do have a heart because I do not out people on my platform. So I'm not outing him. He's already been outed. I'm just reporting on the outing. And I'm going to take us all along for the outing. We're on an outing together. R&B superstar Khalid officially came out as gay after being outed online by his ex-boyfriend, singer Hugo Diamante, whom Khalid said he dated 45 years ago. Now, we didn't know that they dated 45 years ago. We didn't even know that they dated. And Khalid, I ain't gonna lie, I want to punch you in the face for dating this boy because I used to want to date him. And I am not a jealous type of person, but I am jealous that you got Hugo before me. And look, I got to live in my truth, okay? The truth will set you free. Truth, trust, and transparency. That's what I'm about. Well, let me show you a photo of Khalid. This is Khalid. I'm going to show you a photo of his allegedly hookup romantic boyfriend. Now, this is Khalid. Now, this is Hugo. Y'all know if the devil was trying to take me to the gate of hell, it would be holding this one's hand. Hugo Diamante. Listen, okay. I have to confess, I have slid in these DMs before. And the thing that is so shocking about this whole thing is Hugo is not, I have never in my whole life, and I have been watching Hugo for years, never seen him be messy, never seen him do anything messy. When he's out, you see him, but it's sort of like a unicorn in the background. He don't talk to people. He ain't mixy. Nobody that I know knows him like that. So this, when y'all, because they sent it to me, by the way, in the group text, her and Johnny. When they sent me these tweets I'm about to show you, I ain't gonna lie, I had to pull over and send a message to Hugo because I didn't know what was going on. Well, Hugo went on Twitter and let off a series of tweets that had the social media firestorm at our front doors. Take a look. This one said, I was dating this dumbass singer. He's ugly as fuck, but he tried to set me up and lie and say I broke into his house because I broke up with him. Like, why would I go to your house and do all that if I broke up with you, you dumbass? Then he posted a photo of him and Khalid with his tongue out, and he said, bitch ass ninja lied and said that I broke into his house because I didn't want him. I know that everybody's up in arms because of the outing. Well, the first thing is, let's just first establish that Hugo didn't lie. He's ugly, right?
Oh my God, no.
So he's cute.
He's cute. I've seen, no, we are all God's children.
Hold on. I'm not, see, this is the problem. And this is why I'm often unpopular because I say the truth. He is attracted to somebody. Put Hugo back up there. That's cute. Now take Hugo off. So that's cute.
I think Khalid is cute.
He's well manicured.
Like a lawn.
I like him a little thick.
Wait, hold on. If your lawn is manicured, do you want to lay on it all the time?
No.
You just walk right over it, right?
You look at it.
Well, he's not that attractive, right? If he was saying, okay, let me just ask y'all a question. I'm just saying, if he sang y'all a love song, and at this point, either one of you, would you swoon as a result of being sang to?
I don't know if swoon is the word,
yeah.
but I have been a chubby chaser in my day.
I ain't call him chubby.
I did. I like a little thick, little something.
Okay, well, either way, clearly Hugo has a type.
What does that? What does that mean?
I don't know, but this is him. Well, because I don't think that Khalid is the victim in all of this. I think that, and I'm going to tell you what I think in a second. It's probably an unpopular opinion because I don't believe in outing people. But I also don't know what people put people through, okay? Firing back at Hugo, the Grammy-nominated location hit maker decided to come out. And this is what he said in a series of tweets. He said, he said, none of this will make me think I'm ugly.
Jeez.
Put the tweets back up. I got outed and the world still continues to turn. Let's get this straight. Laughing my ass off. I am not ashamed of my sexuality. In reality, it ain't nobody's business. But I am okay with me. Love y'all. There y'all go. Next topic, please. Someone said the closet was glass, baby, but we accept you. It's not about who you love. It's about your artistry. Mm-hmm. He said, I wasn't hiding anything. It's just not any of your business. And he says, well, wait, hope Mr. Khalid isn't gay. And he said, I am, and that's okay. Okay, first of all, I'm going to give you a round of applause for coming out after being outed. Mm-hmm. But two truths can exist. You can be ugly and out and gay. So let's just, and again, I'm not being emotionless by setting the table. Yes. So in his eyes, he said he was ugly, but you dated that ugly man. And that's the thing we don't know, Hugo. What was in it for you? Was it the money? Was it the fancy cars? It wasn't the gym. So what was it that made this appealing? And listen, before you say I'm a colorist, now that I lost weight, I'm not shaming him for being thick. Marina did. I'm saying that he's not my type. And my first ex was this color. So let's just be very clear. It's not about that. He's just not appealing. And I get the right to reserve what I believe is cute or not. Just like you're sitting there saying, why was that boy with him? Because that's what some of you are thinking. You're just not saying out loud. Well, Khalid responded to fans and was happy that he was out, and then he felt free to come out enough to even put a gay flag after his comment. And then he shared a lengthy video message addressing a series of very bothering claims, including accusations of being a paymaster and abusing drugs and all types of things. This is what Khalid said after telling us to move on. Take a look.
What's up, y'all? It's Khalid here. I just wanted to come on here and address some things so we could just leave this all in the past. I know I don't have to, but I feel like it's important that I speak my side of the situation. All right, I'm going to speak about the pink cocaine thing. I've never done cocaine a day in my life. I don't place myself in those scenarios. I'm not in those surroundings. I smoke weed, and I drink a little bit, but I've never done cocaine a day in my life. For real. Let's tackle this escorting thing. I've never paid for sex a day in my life. Ever. I've never paid anybody to date me. I've never paid anybody to be in a relationship with me. Ever. I'm honestly just trying to watch my tone right now, but that dude and I dated 4 to 5 years ago, y'all. The last time that I talked to this guy was 4 years ago, y'all. This is all random. I don't know why he did it. I don't know what's going on with him. You know, mental health is real. But I haven't even had a conversation or seen this dude in 4 years. I've never accused anybody publicly of breaking into my house. I've never accused anybody publicly of breaking into my house. The only people who even know about a break-in are my close circle. None of y'all, nobody knew. Because I don't want everybody in my business. Then again, y'all, this is 4 years ago. This is 4 years ago. Where is this coming from? You tell me, because I really don't know. But it's triggering seeing a few comments of people painting me as if I'm just some manipulative abuser. It's just crazy to me. Regarding the stories of the abuse, it's triggering. It's triggering. Because it's the other way around. And that's what hurts. I'm not going to run around like I'm the best guy in the world. Like, if you know me, you already know that's not how I get down. I want all of this to be over just like y'all. It's literally one of the main reasons why I don't involve myself in any drama, why I stay out the way. I don't like this. So I'm not going to run around like I'm unbothered. I never said I was unbothered by anything. This is very bothering. For real.
Listen, I don't know how one feels being outed because I was never outed. I just stepped into LA. I don't know. It was never like an in or an out thing. I don't feel like there needs to be an explanation, but I do believe people should have the right to come out on their own. And for that, I feel bad that you were outed. But I understand why people say you're a paymaster because they say the same about me when I was chunky. You know, oh, how he get him? He must have paid. No, when you popping or you lit or you have a life that's lit, people that want to be associated with that or want to be in proximity to that kind of greatness, they do attach themselves to you. I'm not saying that was Hugo's thing. I'm still mad at you, Hugo, because I was fat when I slid in your DMs. I didn't get no play. I didn't have no real money at the time either. Well, maybe I did. I don't know. But either way, I don't think a person should be outed. It should be a person's own choosing when they get to tell the world their story. And maybe, but what it sounds like Khalid was saying was that Hugo was the one beating him up. So that now he came out as a abused person when really he was the abuser is what I'm hearing him allegedly say.
Allegedly.
So Khalid, I think I put my number in your phone a while ago. It's still the same. You can either call me and clear it up, or Hugo, you can call me and clear it up. But either way, I have questions. And I know a lot of you are going to say, oh, you know, because you're going to feel he's cuter after he said what he just said. He still looked the same. He still looked the same. In my opinion, still the same, you know, or whatever. But I also understand having been, you know, I was the ugly duckling that turned into the swan. So I get it. I understand that. I understand, Khalid. I don't know where you go from here now because the music's definitely going to be affected. Like you can't say, hey girl, as soon as you say that, then we're like, you know? So like it does mess up the business. But this is why, on the other hand, you got to love Lil Nas X because Lil Nas X came out straight out the gate who he was. You know, he had me till he did the whole devil thing. But, you know, we actually got to see him and use his sexuality as part of his artistry. But then we've had Frank Ocean come out in an artistic way, so we don't know. I wouldn't write Khalid's career off because he could write phenomenal music. He could that glow up if he did something with the hair, cut the beard down a little bit, close the gap, put some veneers in, change his clothes, did a few cycles of Ozempic. I think he could pop out, go do the Etch-a-Sketch abs like you did. but yeah, I don't think that this is right. And if it was 4 to 5 years ago, what did he do that triggered him? Because the other question I have is we don't know Hugo's side. What did Khalid do to him? Promise him the world, get him in bed, then throw him back into the slums of Dominican Republic or New York? But you got to be careful of the people that look like Hugo because those be the ones that'll ruin your life. Put him back up again. Jesus. He would have ruined. That would have been 2022, 23, and 24. All my life ruined right there, just right there. Jesus. What do you make of all this?
Well, I know Khalid was laying on the pillow titties that Hugo has. So, but after the video, I kind of feel, you know, I like when people put out their side of the story. I'm glad he did that. I don't think his career is over. He could not saying this person is gay, but you know, he could go the whole Maxwell route. You never know what they're singing about. I'm not saying he's gay. I'm saying you never know who they're singing about. I didn't say Maxwell was gay. I just said Maxwell's music.
Allegedly.
I didn't say he was gay. I said his music.
It's above me now.
Nope.
I said his music.
Nope. I know too many people. I don't know what's going to come out of their mouths on this show.
Anything. I said his music appeals to men and women because you don't know who he's singing about. Because he doesn't say her, she, does he? That's what I'm saying. He could just make music that's like for everyone. You think he's singing to you. You're making this moment bigger than it was. I did not say Maxwell was gay. I said his music appeals to everyone because you don't know. It could be for me. It could be for her. That's all I was saying. So he can just sing in a gray area.
It was all a lie.
I'm just seeing if my buttons work at the show. That's all.
Well, they work.
Oh God.
I feel like with Khalid, I've never thought about his sexuality. It's none of my business. Like, I've always loved his music. I've never been like, is he singing about a guy or a girl? So I feel like it's not going to hurt his career. He could be like Frank Ocean. I was thinking about Frank Ocean too. I just want to know what triggered the tweets. Because to call someone like ugly and like just talk really negatively about somebody, it just seems like something
happened. He also
happened.
said in another tweet that we didn't put up that the singer gave bad head and that another favorite rapper of ours ate his butt. So like Hugo was having a meltdown.
Ate Hugo's butt?
Yes.
See,
now, is this crazy
it's a lot going on.
Is this crazy that I would still date Hugo?
I mean, no.
Huh?
No.
Because
But what if this happened to you? I mean, I know it could never, but
I would play into it. It's
You
happened.
know what?
This actually happened to me. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody tried to extort me for money after we did the deal. Okay, with like if I didn't send them money, they were gonna tell the world that we slept together. So you know what I did? Put on that good old Valentino. Were you with me?
When you made the
in Miami,
yeah.
And I went to my favorite little restaurant on South Beach, and I put my phone stand up, and baby, I laid it out in full detail for thousands.
You took control.
Yeah, because if you live in your truth, but again, I own my platform. People know me. I don't ever want to be in a position where somebody feels like they have power over me.
Correct.
And this is the thing that scares me the most, because there was the other person. If you give me a job or help me get some money, I'll take down the post of us kissing. So what? I kissed you. Who cares? Guess what, everybody? As much as y'all don't want me to, I be kissing. Okay, so it's not a crime to kiss. Y'all had sex though? I just can't. I don't.
I see it.
No, you do not.
I swear to God, I do.
You don't see the sex.
I picture the sex. A real man.
Hugo. If we ever do hang out, all your phones have to stay outside. They have to stay in the car, you know?
The Apple Watch.
Oh, everything. What? I gotta look at your eyes. If your eye has a little lens, you know? Because with AI and stuff now, they are gonna Ray-Ban. Oh, there's no Ray-Bans coming to my house.
None.
Damn. Hugo probably got a whole bunch of stories, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Hugo,
I want to know the
call me.
rapper.
Call me. I want to know the rapper too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send him a DM later.
I already did. Bye.
Oh my God.
All right. Speaking of fight night, Kendrick versus Drake versus Lil Wayne. It is Young Money, Cash Money versus Kendrick and TDE. The biggest beef in hip hop is brewing, and baby, this silent killer right here, this one right here, Kendrick Lamar. First of all, I have to say, Kendrick, thank you so much for bringing back West Coast music. And I know a lot of you are going to say, oh, what about? No. Bringing it back to the extent that it is globally commercialized and popping right now in every club, on every Instagram post. It is everywhere. Not like us. Even in my speech to city council, I said we not like them and they not like us. I quoted the infamous Kendrick Lamar. And look, I love Drake and I love Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is low-key the GOAT. So let's be very clear that every single person up here are GOATs. I just think that this is turning into some goat cheese of what's happening recently, because there's some goat cheese happening among the top three. It's some goat cheese, okay? And some would say that Drake is the cheese master. Now, Kendrick Lamar's beef with Drake and Lil Wayne continues. First, let's get into K-Dot's surprise album, GNX, that came out of nowhere, in which he addresses the Super Bowl halftime show drama on the intro song Whacked Out, Murals. Take a look at it right here. He said, I used to bump the Carter 3. I held my Rolly chain proud. Irony, I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down. Whatever, though, call me crazy, everybody questionable. Turn me into an Eskimo. I drew the line in decimals. Snoop posted TaylorMade. I prayed it was the edibles. I couldn't believe it. It was only right for me to let it go. Won the Super Bowl, and Nas the only one congratulate me. All these niggas agitated. I'm just glad they showing their faces. Well, leave it up to a thespian to write all of the chart-dropping hits that are going to end people's careers. Well, let me tell you something. This is what I heard when the album dropped. On repeat, because every time I play a song, everybody around me is playing it, and it has the whole industry talking. Let me tell you how creatively this was. First of all, Kendrick dropped They Not Like Us, and pretty much he didn't end Drake's career, but he put a major speed bump in it, if that makes any sense. Then the Super Bowl, because you know Jay-Z and the NFL named Kendrick the Super Bowl halftime show instead of Lil Wayne in his hometown of Louisiana, which was another. And then, I don't know if y'all knew this, Kendrick Lamar dropped GNX on the anniversary of Pink Friday. Nicki, Wayne, and Drake are all part of Cash Money. So the artistic delivery of the precision and how he has been cutting them apart has been just something to watch. And I can tell you, I'm somebody sitting up trying to read budgets for a city government. Now I'm sitting here trying to read all the tea that's spilling all around me and couldn't wait to get back to work. Lil Wayne has now responded and reacted to it by going on Twitter, X, saying this. Man, what the fuck I do? I just be chilling and they still come for my head. Let's not take kindness for weakness. Let this giant sleep. I beg you all. No one really wants destruction. Not even me. But I shall destroy if disturbed. On me. Love. That got 28 million views at the time that we pulled that asset for this thing. And the Bible says warning comes before destruction. But do you think anybody's listening? Well, maybe Drake did because he filed a lawsuit. Drake, you have totally fucked it up for light-skinned people because now you got us out here looking soft as hell, doing something that Degrassi would have done. Drake shouldn't have did this. You need to tell him that you was sitting at home in your wheelchair and you wheeled to the phone to call up your lawyer as Degrassi, filed a lawsuit against him and Kendrick's label, Universal Music Group, also known as UMG, accusing them and Spotify of using bots, payola, and other tactics to artificially boost the sale of Kendrick's disc, Not Like Us. That was when he said, da-na-na-na, you know, hide your wives, hide your kids, pretty much, called him a pedophile and all those other things. According to journalist Lauren Lorenza, our friend, this is why Drake filed his lawsuit. This is what she said. Did some reaching out, trying to understand why Drake would file this lawsuit. A source close to Drake's camp tells me Drake's side decided to file this suit not just because of the Not Like Us song. It's bigger than the song, which is why Drake is suing the label and not Kendrick directly. From what I'm told, Drake allegedly feels as if his label UMG is using money he's made them to fund Kendrick Lamar's song, burying him amidst a sensitive label negotiation he's currently in. Drake feels like the label is allegedly not protecting a major asset, which is him, which is conveniently timed around the time he's in negotiations for a new deal with the label. From what I'm told, Drake's feeling like if I was a Taylor Swift, a lot of things would have not have happened. This whole Drake and Kendrick back and forth. It's important to note that Lauren used to work at TMZ, so maybe she used some of her former TMZ contacts to call around and figure this out. So we'll just say that that's all allegedly. We don't know that that's true or not. What we do know is that a lawsuit has been filed on behalf of a rapper over a rap beef. We didn't see that during Sheether between Remy Ma and Nicki Minaj. We didn't see that during Ether between Nas and Jay-Z. We didn't see that between Lil' Kim and Nicki Minaj. We didn't see that between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. We didn't see that between any of the other majors, Tupac and Biggie. We didn't see all of that, but we see it now, and it happens to come at the helm of somebody who they call it a colonizer. That was also on the song that Kendrick said that you were a colonizer going down to Atlanta using all the slaves to make you hot. This is tragic. This is horrible for hip hop. I am not even a hip hop head. The reason why I don't report on hip hop is because I be like academics and can't go nowhere. I love academics. He does his thing. His thing is to go after all of you, and I'm sure he has a lot to say. This is not my lane. Why? Because I'm going to run into you at the nice guy. You're going to sit there and ask me questions, and all of you rappers are going to call all your goons, which, by the way, I will send all y'all to prison because y'all already know I testify, so that's whatever. But Drake is out here suing the labels now, and you're going against Lucian Grange, who's the most powerful person in the music industry. Now, the next day, Drake took legal action again to file a complaint, not yet a full-on lawsuit, against UMG and iHeart of defamation over Kendrick's false accusations of him being a pedophile. Now, with this complaint, Drake's team is looking to dig up dirt to back their claim for a potential second lawsuit against UMG. Here's more. UMG could have refused to release or distribute the song or required the offending material to be edited and or removed, but UMG chose to do the opposite. UMG designed, financed, and then executed a plan to turn Not Like Us into a viral mega hit with the intent of using the spectacle of harm to Drake and his businesses to drive consumer hysteria and, of course, massive revenues. Then that plan succeeded, likely beyond UMG's wildest expectations. Is this just being oversensitive, or is this legitimate?
I think it's being oversensitive, and I'm disappointed. I thought Drake was gonna be above it because he's Drake. It's Drake. Who cares?
I feel a lot of ways about this because I'm a huge Drake fan. Any day I will play Drake over Kendrick. That's just me. I'm gonna play Drake down. However, Drake lost the beef. He lost it, and I feel like you should have just taken the L. And now he's doing this lawsuit. He did that stream with that white boy, and he was and they started playing Kendrick, and he was like, oh, take him off. Why are you doing that? Just be like Kendrick, be quiet, drop a surprise album, because he's still a legend. I don't think Drake knows he's Drake. Why are you talking? You lost the war, and the battle, and that's okay.
Well, yes, you lost. And I know this hurts because remember, Drake has had a lot of incidences in his career. You got slapped by Diddy at the club in Miami, Live nightclub. You got slapped by Diddy then. Had nothing to do with baby oil or freak offs. You just got slapped. Then you had the beef with Kanye, where that was a whole thing, where then you guys got into this unhealthy competition. But none of it really rose to the level of you losing your crown. You had the crown, and then Kendrick snatched it off your Canadian brow. And what I would have done is waved the white flag. I would have bowed to Kendrick, and then I would have said, let's get in the studio. You do an album, I do an album. We'll do a joint album together. We'll go out on tour, sell out stadiums around the world. And I would have sold merch, and I would have brought in somebody like Kanye to design the merch. So I would have I would have turned all this into a bag. You got the world's attention, right? So why not turn it into money? Why turn it into mayhem? Now Kendrick dropped the album. He's probably in the studio right now with a big old pot cooking up another killer. And you're somewhere crying, hoping that somebody cares about your white tears. Nobody cares, Drake. And the thing about it is, I will say that the thing that really bothers me the most, and everybody knows how much I love the culture, how much I love celebrity culture. And everybody knows how much I love Drake because I knew Drake before he was famous. And we hung out with Drake at his party in London. But Drake has lost his way. When I was working with Kanye, I'll never forget, we went out one night to The Nice Guy, and I saw Drake there. And we exchanged niceties about, his career, my career, how he's gotten to where he is. And then I saw him at the Michael Rubin party during the Super Bowl when Rihanna performed. And he was very, I will never forget. And it was him, Quavo, Travis, Odell Beckham, Chris Brown. All these people are right here. No, was Chris Brown there? Chris Brown wasn't there. Yeah, maybe it was Tiana Taylor. It was all the people right there. And I said, hey, Drake, what's up? When you coming on the show? And he was like, I ain't fucking with you like that. But yeah, I never said that. But the way he said it, it wasn't not me. It was maybe the show because he don't want to, I don't know if it was the Nicki thing or what. But I remember saying that was not who Drake was. Drake was always a very humble, very grounded, very down-to-earth person. And sometimes fame is addictive. And he became the biggest superstar in the world. And then Kendrick popped in and was like, hold on, you're not like us. And what's happening is he's showing everybody now, by the way he's acting, that he isn't like us. Black people know we don't call I call the police. But in that culture, you don't call the police. Whack 100 has been here to tell you, we don't call the police. Now, you got me texting memes to people because now it's my phone is like a highway of hell around this thing because there's so many people that I know in the industry that are talking to me about it. And Drake, your crown is slipping. This is similar to how Nicki and Cardi thing went down. Nicki went down bad when it came to Cardi. This is different because Kendrick's not new, but it's still like you're going down bad over the beef. And Lil Wayne was minding his business, and he caught a stray because Jay-Z booking him for the Super Bowl. And they said Jay-Z don't like Drake. So it's like Jay-Z's somewhere in the background, sort of like with a remote control, like, let me get all these kill each other, whatever.
Because remember when Pusha T dropped the bomb about Adonis, his Drake's son, existing, but Kendrick dropped the nuke, Lord.
Right, but when Pusha dropped it, Pusha was connected to Kanye.
Correct.
So that
was a whole thing.
But there's no rules in war. But the pedophile thing, this is where I have to side with Drake. The pedophile line, again, I'm not a rapper. So again, you getting a rapper, the rap, it is what it is. You deal with it on wax, or you know how y'all do. Y'all go call the Crips and the Bloods and you pay them money to go kill people or whatever. Well,
Allegedly.
Anyway. Y'all handle it in the streets and on wax. Us in media, we handle it in courts. We tell people, we call the police, we call the feds, get you on some charges, get our outfits together for court because we're going to testify. We're different. We not like you. You not like us. So yes, in that regard, we don't. Now I'm the government, so you definitely know I'm going to tell. But in this instance, is Drake right? Because that like everywhere you go, hide your sister from him. Like you hear the words, wop, 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 wop. A minor. I mean, it's kind of ingrained in our minds now, and it's like one of those things that does hurt the brand, but it didn't hurt it to the extent that nobody would want their kids around Drake because people are still around Drake, and nobody knows that Drake or believes that Drake is a pedophile.
Yeah.
But couldn't you sue?
I don't see why. It's just, I think it's dumb to sue. I think what you said should have been the thing. He should have just dropped another track and then made some money off of it. Like you're Drake, just keep going. Like
I know. I think he's in the lawsuit. It's something about like using bots, and I do think like a lot of labels. I do believe in like bots to like boost up streams, but I don't think only bots boosted that song up because that song is, especially being in LA, that song is everywhere.
I can't even take it. I turn the radio off when it comes on
What?
because it's just played too much.
It's always in the club. It's always in your car.
When I get sworn in to city council, I'm walking out to that song. I'm at least the instrumental.
They not like us.
Da-na-na-na. Yeah, of course.
It's fire.
Anyway, Drake, I just want to say this. All jokes aside, you've had a phenomenal career, and you have so much more ahead of you. You done made this man this man that made you cut your hair off. You done cut the little ponytails out. Now you got the fade again.
Don't go down bad.
But
Drake.
don't sleep on Drake either, because Drake, he get in that booth and he really put all his. I mean, he could come back. And he could kill it, but let it live in the music. I don't want to see this turn into something else because you all are great, but like, you got light-skinned dudes. You got Shamar Moores and us out here looking crazy, bruh. I'm going to need you to like get it together.
They can never make me hate you, Drake.
Well, good luck. See y'all at the Super Bowl.
He did.
All right, finally it's here. Blueface. He might be married to Chrisean. At least that's what the internet is saying. Now, before we get started, there was a huge fight here at the Hollywood Unlocked Studios between Rob and I before the show. Why?
Oh, Lord.
We weren't fighting on who was going to do it. We were fighting on why we had to do it. I have been from day one saying that I support Blueface. Now, during my campaign, they tried to say that I was dating a Crip. Then they said the Crip was Blueface. I'm not dating nobody. I am so selfishly single. Well, let me show you this picture that we found on the internet before we even started the show today of me and the potential couple. Take a look. This was during happier times with me and the married couple. Well, the allegedly married couple. I was just happy to be there. Well, anyway, he's been gone. So you know what I did as a friend? I wanted to support him. So I bought the whole free Blueface merch line. Now this one I'm going to take home. I even got the beanie. Here, you can have that. You look like you wear beanies. And then I bought this one right here. Rob, you look like you like this one. Rob didn't want to wear it. He said he would hold it during the show. And even this one right here. We'll give this. Here, Kaylin, you can have that one. Okay. Johnny, don't worry. I got the sweatsuit for you. You can wear this on your way home. Anyway, Blueface and Chrisean might be able to use that money that I spent buying the merch for their potential wedding, because Blueface and Chrisean are back in the news, and this time Blue ain't even home to talk about it, but he went viral this weekend because he had a whole video posted of him behind prison walls with tattoos. Let me show you the video and I'll talk over it while you look at it, okay? Here's Blueface in prison. Yes, he's gained a little weight. He looks like Khalid a little bit. Hair's a little short, and he has these new tattoos. He got some Latino homies in there. He's bridging the black and brown groups behind the bars. Well, anyway, people are now reacting on social media about this video with the rest of us. And his mama, Carlissa, who is banned from the award show. We might lift the ban. It's not like a no-flight ban. It's just, you don't know how to behave, beating up people and trying to beat up people. Anyway, Carlissa, his mother, she shared a screenshot with a message to him, and when she scolded him about what she saw. Take a look. She said, "Your kids are suffering. Javon's confidence is falling, and you play arts and crafts on your face. It's diabolical. Your half a father wasn't as bad as you are right now. You better start praying and pull yourself together. You are more than a lame-ass jail ninja. You a child of God and father of three. You about to piss me all the freaking way off because you wasn't supposed to turn out like the rest of them fatherless, weak-ass, crybaby-ass losers. You have to feed these kids until they graduate college. Get your shit together, little boy." And that's on MF period. Carlissa, why you have to share that with the world? Because you want the clout, and without his success, you wouldn't be you. And we all knew that from the show. When you came on here on the Jason Lee Show, we loved you, by the way, and you were a great interview. And you are going to be invited back, at least to the show, because we have security here. You and the aunties, you guys are going to be welcome, because the Jason Lee Show is also on Zeus Network. But we ain't doing all the weird shit y'all be doing. So don't bring all that energy over here. Well, Carlissa shared this private message that she sent to her son. Wait, she texting him in jail? I need to get the information because I need to reach out. Well, she then told fans to pray for her son because she's tired. This is Carlissa asking for prayers. Yeah, he not in there. Keep praying for his return. Carlissa also revealed that her estranged sister Carletta had been clout chasing and telling bloggers that Blueface and Chrisean got married. Here's what she said in a live. Take a look.
So the news is, from now on behalf of the Harvey family, we would like for y'all to officially put some respect on Miss Chrisean Malone Porter's name. She is his wife. It has been confirmed.
Okay. So they've been married since he's been in Click City.
Correct.
They've gotten married.
Correct.
So that makes sense to why she was living at his house. And you said his daddy no, which makes sense because they was at the house together.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't know where they did this at.
I don't know where they did this at.
In jail. If it was, don't know where they are.
I'm speculating Vegas, but again, I'm speculating Vegas. But I don't know, because in California, you don't have to make your marriage license public.
No, in California, they have something called confidential marriage.
Yep.
She put Miss Porter on her jersey. He called her his wife, and she changed the baby last name to Porter.
And my mama went to the game.
Right.
And my sister. And my cousin.
I'm trying to track this all down. First, we had Blueface and Chrisean on the show. Then we had Blueface and Jaden on the show. Then we had, right? We had Blueface and Chrisean. Mm-hmm. Then we had Blueface and Jaden. Then we had Chrisean by herself. That's the amount of shows we've had in the Porter world.
And Carlissa.
And then Carlissa. But I'm saying in terms of these people, okay?
Yes.
And in all of that, I remember there was a video that went viral of Blueface taking Jaden to a game and proposing to her. And then there was Jaden and Chrisean rolling around in the streets together on live.
Taking his phone.
And then there was Blueface pulling up and shattering the house with them all on live.
Yes.
And then there was Blueface taking the baby. And then
with Marsh.
And then Blueface broke up with Chrisean and went back with Jaden. And then Chrisean went to jail. Blueface went to jail. Then Chrisean went to jail. Then Chrisean got out and Blueface still in jail. So I don't know where the marriage happened, if it happened. So maybe this is all just getting us to talk again because, again, unless Blueface enters the chat, we're not talking about all these people anymore. And then why would we find out from the auntie who we've never heard of on a random live? Well, anyway, Carlissa aired out her sister, and this is what she had to say. Imagine someone congratulating your union to the world as an evil get back. The work, if the devil is always at work. The work of the devil is always at work. If she loved my son, she would have congratulated him and his union. There's no good people left. I would get tired of my news being used as a weapon. She's not a Harvey, and neither is my son. Is he married or not? Do we know?
Chrisean did go on live and say that Chrisean Jr. and her last name is going to be Porter moving forward. She said that like a while ago.
Okay.
So maybe they did get married.
Yeah, maybe they just.
But
like
they've already
winning.
been acting married.
Yeah,
so.
they might have went and got married and then broke up, but didn't get a divorce, so they might still be married.
And they just changed both their profile photos on Instagram to each other. So
why do we care?
We don't.
Do we? Yeah, we do because it's a topic.
I
like
don't.
we only have 6 things in the whole world of what's happening. We didn't even talk about Diddy or Trump this episode. In the whole world of what's happening, we're talking about them. Why? Just because we can't get enough.
Dry day in the news.
No, it's not. No, because we love Blueface and we love Chrisean, but why? Well, fueling the marriage rumors, Blueface and Chrisean, as she said, updated their bios on Instagram. Here's a photo of both their bios where they now are each other's icon or the baby. And they're only following each other. I don't know. This just seems like a train on broken tracks finding its way home again to the track that they were on before. Where's it at? Where's the track? This is what it sounds like. Either way, good luck to the Porters and the Harveys, whoever they are. And Blueface, stop scribbling on your face and get your haircut back together. He eating good in there, ain't he?
Real good.
Was it wrong that I say he looked like Khalid?
Mm. He looked like a coloring book.
Whatever. Goodbye. All right, that's it. It's time for thoughts and prayers. Looks like prison collect calls aren't the only things ringing for Blueface and Chrisean. Could wedding bells be ringing too? Although both rappers suggested they tied the knot, Blue's mom Carlissa calls cap. Like the Osudio brothers did with Jussie Smollett. That hate crime Jussie just got off with. But his alleged attacker said he's a bold-faced liar with privilege and allegedly still owes them $500. The Osudio brothers, or however you say their names, outed Jussie just like Khalid's ex outed him. Who had that on their bingo card? Khalid took a page out of Drake's book and said he wasn't hiding his sexuality from the world, but the world from his personal life. He said he's just not for the drama, but his ex had other plans, just like Drake did with them lawsuits. After engaging in a rap beef with Kendrick and losing, he's now suing the label. Critics claim he's gone soft and that the rap streets are done. But if Drake's right and he did go up against payola and bots, can you blame him for wanting to level the playing field? On the other hand, playing dirty is all part of the game. So who's right or wrong? Guess we'll just have to see how this all plays out. In the meantime, we're sending our love and prayers to Wendy and her family. We love you, Wendy, and we hope that you're getting better. That is it for this show. Thank God, because I could not talk about Blueface and Chrisean another segment. But look, you can download this podcast everywhere that podcasts are streamed. You can go over to YouTube, follow us. If you want to get some of the merch, head over to Blueface's Instagram page. I don't know, it's somewhere. Until then, I know where we are. We're out of here. Peace.
The Jason Lee Podcast.